Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. After two, winnable games like that, just what was the mood around the team like over Thanksgiving and just coming back to Boston and then going down south? And how did you guys navigate, the tough stretch to rebound and win a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, we as a team, as a staff. I mean, obviously, we thankful. We thank God we was able to come in and get this win. But you learn from your failures, and so we had a little bit of a slippage or a setback or disappointment, whatever you want to call it. You can use any word, any adjective, but I thought that we had a little slippage. We were very disappointed in one of those games in Kansas City. And we wasn't very comfortable the last 3 or 4 days. We were a little bit unrested, a little bit uneasy, but the guys had good practices. They came in and showed good energy. We really talked about taking good shots, being sound, and trying to be tougher defensively. And I thought today, we were able to come out and do some of those things.
Matt?
Seemed like in the first half, you guys forced Vanderbilt into a lot of isolation situations. What were you doing that was so effective defensively in that first half?
Nothing special, just kind of playing sound, being in the position, trying to pressure the ball at the pickup point that we want to pressure it at, contesting all the shots, communicating on the handoffs and ball screens, at a high level. Thought we had elite communication. So it really wasn't nothing special. It's just all the things we have been trying to do all year. We just actually did it better today. And so we got a long way to go. So we got to keep working at it. But we did take a step. We take a good step today in the right direction. And, but the guys were really locked in on the defensive end. We thought we needed to try to keep them in the 60s to win this game. We were able to do it.
Jack?
Hey, Coach. So you guys Matt just said, you guys kind of dominated the first half and then got up to like as much of a 24-point lead, I think, in the second half. And kind of down the stretch, there was some shaky minutes where they cut the lead to 13 and to 11. We had to use a timeout. So based on today and then kind of like the game against Loyola Chicago, do you have any kind of concerns going forward, like closing games, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, not really. It's really hard to keep a 20-point lead. So now if you have another good half, you win by 45, right? So that's pretty unheard of. If we'd had two good halves, now again, that's full maturity. Maybe one day we can do that. But we 2.5 weeks into the season. We're not at full maturity. We had a great half. Again, if we had another half like that, we win by 46. It's hard to keep that lead. It's just a natural tendency for a team to come out who's down that many points to come out and play so free and so fast, and they put their head down and drive the ball. And they made a run, but, we stabilized it with about 4 or 5 minutes to go. We stabilized it. I did have to call the timeout. They got it to 13. We made a couple plays. We needed to be better, called the timeout. We came out, executed, pushed it right back to 17. So proud of the guys' effort. We shot a high percentage offensively. We really guarded well. So, again, we took a step in the right direction.
Dan?
There was a moment in the first half where MJ shot, I think it was a three-pointer, and he came off kind of the off-ball dribble and kind of just put it up. I know there's a tendency sometimes for guys to try and drive in and then step back. Just what goes into him being able to take that shot from the outside? Is that just natural ability, or is that something that you stress? Like, what just goes into him being able to hit those outside shots?
I mean, that's something that he brought with him from, when he transferred. He made 73s last year, which is more than a lot of the guys we had. So we knew we wanted to address some shooting. And so, we took a guy that can make shots. He's long, he's athletic, really showed up tonight, really helped us, got us off to a good start, was in rhythm, played with good energy. So I thought he played on both sides of the ball. In the first half, he defended and played offense. And, he was really good tonight. We had a committee effort. Him and Quentin Post both had in the 20s, and then we had like 3 other guys right at 10. So it was a committee effort. But that's what he's capable of, and got to continue to try to help him, grow in our program and have the confidence to be an offensive threat and be tough on defense at the same time. So I think he's doing some good things for us, and we just got to continue to try to build him up.
Trevor?
We know about QP shooting and passing, but can you just describe his ability to drive the ball this season? Especially, it seems like he's just taking off in that area. Just how much of a threat is that when he can up fake and drive by the defender and get to the hoop?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you're that size and you can make threes, people are gonna respect that three, and so, you know, he's got free reign. He's been with me from day one, so I hadn't coached a game at BC without him. So he's got the green light, you know, so he's got confidence. He's worked at it. But what we have emphasized to him, you got to use that as a threat, because if people are going to run at you, you should be able to get close to the basket on a quick shot fake. So he's added that to his game and did it a couple of times tonight, got right to the rim for layups.
All right, we'll go to our last two, Matt and then Dan.
MJ shot the ball 13 times today. Is that volume of shots something you want to see him do consistently? It seems like he's such a good scorer. He just needs to put the ball up.
I mean, I would like for him to stay aggressive. I don't really get caught up in how many shots. I mean, if he take 19, 13, or 10, I'm good with that, as long as it's within the flow and it's you know, it's a good shot, you know. But again, he's another guy. When you have guys who can make shots like that, you got to give him a little bit of freedom. So I don't care about how many shots he take. I just want him to stay aggressive, you know, be a team player, make the right plays. And so I think he shot 9 for 13. That's a really high percentage.
Dan, last one.
I was going to ask you just about the gym, because you're out there alone in the coach's box, and you know your assistant coaches are under the basket. How were there preparations you had to do for that? How weird is that? Like,
I actually liked it. I mean, I actually enjoyed it. I liked it. Now, I didn't know how I would like it. You know, two places I always said I wanted to coach at was Minnesota and Vanderbilt, because it's so different. But and I had never coached here, never, you know, played a game here, but I was wondering how it would feel. But I actually enjoyed it. You know, it was a lot of space. I wasn't running into people's feet. I could get to the referees pretty easy. I could talk to my guys. I could see my guys. They can get over to me. So, you know, it wasn't awkward. It actually felt pretty good.